In 1998, the Broncos' offense was better than ever. Quarterback John Elway was back at full strength late in the year, and Denver finished with a team record 501 points, an average of 31 per game. The Broncos' plan was to put their opponents away early.
You know, we would script that first 15 plays, and it got to the point where we have got to score on that first drive. Let's knock 7 out right now.
Let's put 7 on the board. Let's get 7. Let's get 7. Let's get 7.
Just to let that shadow of doubt creep into that opponent that, oh yeah, you know what, we thought we had a plan for him, but we don't really have a plan for him. We just drubbed opponents in the first quarter. We won games in the first quarter.
The Broncos outscored opponents 144-54 in the first quarter. By building such sizable leads, they often pulled Terrell Davis before the end of the game.
You're out. You're out.
Against the Eagles, the Broncos raced to a 28-0 first quarter lead. Davis ran for 168 yards in the first half.
I remember at halftime coming back out, and my coach comes up to me and he asks me if I want to play in the second half. Now, I've never been asked if I want to play in the second half of a regular football game, ever.
You want more serious?
No, I'm cool. Huh? Nah, they just don't take me out.
For the rest of the game?
Davis sat out nearly 8 quarters, the equivalent of 2 full games during lopsided wins. Yet, he still scored a league-high 23 touchdowns. He became just the 3rd back in history to reach 1,000 yards rushing in the first 7 games of the season, putting him on pace for an even bigger milestone.
When he hit 1,000 yards after 7 games, that's when 2,000 became a reality, and that's when 2,000 became something we talked about.
Sometimes we're in the meeting, and I'm sitting there, and I have a pencil in my hand. I'm taking notes from the meeting, and all of a sudden I'm jotting down some numbers. Let me do the math. I'm averaging 120 yards a game, and then you figure out, you know what? If I can maintain this average per game, I might break 2,000 yards.
Davis continued to pile up yardage, and the Broncos continued to win. After a Monday night victory in Kansas City, Denver was 10-0, and questions arose as to whether the Broncos could produce a perfect season.
Every other media session that you have when you got a reporter asking, can you guys go undefeated? What am I supposed to say? No, we can't go undefeated?
It's taboo to talk about. It's kind of a superstition. You don't talk about a streak while the streak is going on, otherwise it'll end. So you internalize it as a player, and the whole team internalizes it. And so I think it does get burdensome. That's where the pressure starts to mount.
I think the coaches got a little tight, too. I started to sense the coaches not letting the players do some of the things we used to do. Have a good time and joke around. I think there was definitely some apprehension about what's going on. We have a chance to do something special, and now we can't joke around as much. You guys have got to take this seriously. Yeah, I just felt that the team was getting a little tight.
As the wins mounted, so did the pressure. In a 31-16 victory over the Chargers, the Broncos overcame a sluggish start and 3 turnovers to run their record to 12-0. It didn't look like they'd make it to 13-0. Against the Chiefs, Denver fell behind 21-7.
I remember late in the game thinking, man, we can't lose. We can't lose. I don't want to lose. Not now. I don't want to lose right now.
John Elway rallied his team in the second half. Denver overcame a 10-point fourth quarter deficit and went ahead to stay in the final minutes.
Play fake, Elway pressure, steps up, wide open Sherman. End zone, touchdown, Denver! And the Broncos are going to win their 13th straight of the year. You don't think this matters to these Denver players? They're celebrating like they won the AFC Championship. Don't let them kid you, folks. The unbeaten streak matters, and it's going to continue at least for another week.
Once you get to 13 wins, you definitely have to pause and think, we have 3 more games. 3 more games. Imagine Can the Broncos go undefeated?